So much, Carrie. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on this very special Monday night meetup. We are so excited to be able to share the fun that we had in this past weekend. So we are going to go ahead and kick it off. Kaylee, if you will unmute and go ahead and share just a couple takeaways that you got from this last weekend.
Hi. So I wrote down my notes because otherwise I'll just ramble on and on. But first of all, I just want to say thank you to Jeannie for hosting all of us. It was so much fun. And I to have two takeaways I'll share. The first was just being the newbie. I look up to all of these women. It was so much fun to just be in the same room with them and learn from them. And I just admire their drive and determination to share with people who are looking for us. That was my big takeaway, is we're looking for those who are looking for us, which was a great mindset shift for me. And then the second thing, Jeannie and Woody and I talked a lot about this, that even a no is an answer. It might not be the answer we like to hear, and that's hard, but it is an answer rather than just getting no response at all. And they may change their mind and come back to us once they continue to see us sharing, but it is at least an answer. So those are my two.
Awesome. So good. That's awesome. Okay, Taylor Bohach, would you share next?
Yes. So, my biggest takeaway, I've been to Plexus events before, but this is my first retreat, that I was able to attend. And I love the fact that we're all in different chapters of our lives, but we can come together to battle for similar goals, even though we're battling for these goals for different reasons. And we have different levels that we're trying to reach. And not one goal is more important than another's. And the fact that we're battling for different things, but we do what we can to lift each other up constantly and breathe life into one another is truly amazing. And I think that this weekend really like hit the on the note for like our goals and why we're doing it. I mean, like technically we've got built-in besties, right? We didn't plan on having these people in our lives. They cheer us on instead of kicking their knees out from under us when things aren't going as planned. And for me, I forget that like I only know most of you because of the little squares on Zoom. So like when I see you in person, I don't even introduce myself to you because I'm like, oh yeah, you're Kaylee, and you're a teacher and you're a mom and you live in Aurora, and like I forget that like you actually like don't know me in person. Um, and I guess I take that a little for granted because I have built-in besties, um, who've never hugged me in real life. But it's fine. We hugged it out. So that was mine.
Oh my gosh, yes, we definitely did a lot of hugging and just, oh my gosh, yeah, you're you. I mean, like literally when everybody walked in the house, I just assumed everybody knew everybody. And then I was like, oh no, you actually have not met in person. Love you, Zoom. So thankful for the Zoom connections. Perfect. Yes. Okay, Vanessa, are you able to share next?
Yes. So there's so many things. I can't decide which ones I want to share. But I think the number one thing to me is, and both times that I've been to this retreat or to a retreat that Jeannie and Woody and Lexi has put on, was how much I can learn from the other girls. They're so amazing. I mean, they include me and they make sure that I get it because, I'm kind of challenged with today's, technology and all that stuff. But that's always, they don't make me feel like I'm the and they're all very friendly. And so, and also another thing that is just the community, everybody is so kind to each other and wants the best for each other. And that's so you don't see that in any other companies, none. It's usually, everybody's against each other and not here. It's always for each other.
Awesome. Yes. Oh my gosh. That just, my heart is overflowing, even if it wasn't already from this last weekend. Yes. Yes. I don't want to say anything else. Okay. Lacey, are you able to share next?
I am. I think first and foremost, as always, is just being in the room with people. And to piggyback on Taylor Bohach, is that I just assume that everybody already knows me. So when I just like, there's like on book club, we were talking about it, you just don't knock at the door anymore. Like you just like show up and you like already know them, but actually you don't really know them. So whatever. But the other thing that was very powerful, like the overall theme for me, there's a lot of like key takeaways, is it's one thing to know it, like you know how to do something, you know that this many points equal a rank, you know that God exists. It's completely different to believe it. Do you truly believe that you belong in the room? Do you truly believe that these products are life changing? Do you truly believe that there are people looking for you? It's the overall theme that I felt the entire time. And sometimes it just like nails it home when you get into a room with a bunch of people who sometimes, like, we're all human, we all get in our heads and have all the things going on, but it was just like the overall theme from the retreat, and then the message that was at church, because everybody knows God, even atheists know God, but do you trust him and believe him? It's a completely different thing. Do you know, or do you believe?
Oh my gosh. Yes. I feel like this could go on. This call could go on forever for after this weekend. There were just so many aha moments. Okay. Taylor Hamill. Sorry. Taylor, are you able to unmute?
Yes. So I earned the retreat, but I was not able to make it. So I guess my takeaway is don't overbook yourself when retreats happen, because then life makes you choose. And sometimes it all worked out the way it was supposed to. But just make sure you get yourself in the room, because I really did miss that this weekend. But I was able to join for a little bit via Zoom. And my biggest takeaway that I need to hear every so often is, I think Kaylee said it, is that being told no is okay. Like, we all know that we're in this to help others get started on their journeys, whether it's business related, health wise, whatever. So we ultimately feel defeated when somebody says no, but truly that is a huge win, because they just don't know. Um, and so just kind of remembering that you have all of the right ingredients to your recipe. It's just putting them where they need to go and in the right order. So just keep pushing through even when people say no.
Perfect. I have to remember to unmute myself before I start talking, because this is just I'm trying to write it all down, even though it's being recorded. That's just how I was never a teacher, but I think I could have been a teacher in my second life. Micah, are you able to unmute? Maybe. Good joke. Maybe not. All right. Well, we're waiting for Micah Joe. Emily Elo just got on, and I'm going to put you on the spot, as you were able to join us on Zoom as well. Are you able to unmute and share a little bit of what you got on the Zoom Friday night?
Yes, as long as, well, can you hear me
Yes.
this time? Okay. Hopefully you can keep hearing me. There may be kids in the background. We're still awake over here. So I was able to join for, I apologize because it was chaos in my house, but I can't remember the gentleman's name.
Chris Smith.
Yes, I was able to listen to him a little bit, and I just appreciated the message that he had about, obviously this is in your time. This is when you can work your business, and for me, having 4 kids and a crazy life and trying to navigate all of that with my full-time job, it's just nice to know that it's obviously meet you where you're at and figure out what works best for you. And Lacey's been doing an awesome job of pushing me on the side, but not pushing me to where it's what I can't handle. So it was just nice to continue to hear that message so that obviously, sorry, obviously I can do what I can do. So that was really good to hear.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, it's so fun hearing new people that are coming into this space that no matter how I feel like no matter how much we I don't want to say preach about it, but how much we talk about it, it's just not the same unless you're there. And we had so many good conversations Friday night going into Saturday. This was a shortened retreat. I don't know why we made it this much shorter, but maybe it was to try and accommodate more people that could be here. And we had the blessing of being able to Zoom with, because we did have Chris Smith from corporate Zoom with us on Friday night and just speak words of literally Lexi and I had messaged him and said, this is where we're at, shooting for Emerald for Lexi and Woody for this month. If you have not that is what's happening this month, because between the free reset that corporate is offering and the Apple Watch, the momentum from this is huge. And if you are still one, if you were not on last Monday's call, but I just want you to hear it again. If you're still one that is sitting there thinking, you know what, Jeannie, I've never signed 6 people in my entire business of being with Plexus. I don't want you to shut yourself. Stop thinking that right now, because I will say 90% of this business is in your mindset. And if you've already shut yourself off, we need to have a conversation, either with myself or with Lexi or your upline. I know Lacey feels the exact same way of stop that stinking thinking. And there is still so many days left in the month, 20 days left in the month, you guys. And it is so, so doable. And between that he was saying, and then I will just tell you the little story that he told us. If I told you in your room, you're in a room with 100 people, and add out of those 100 people, let's even say 10. I'm going to say 10 people because you're like, I don't know 100 people. A lot of you will say, I don't know 100 people. 10 people. You have 10 people in your room. And out of those 10 people, 2 of them are going to go to Diamond with you. Would you ask every person in that room, hey, what do you do? What are your goals? How can I help you reach those goals? Those 3 questions, you guys, start with that. Doesn't have to be anything with Plexus. Maybe they're just like, my goal is to start a podcast and be a coach and do something like that. But you can find out so much more starting when you find out what their goals are, because we are in a relationship business. So if I told you that out of those 10 people, 2 of them would be a diamond, after 8 no's, like Kaylee said, a no is not no, don't ever talk to me again. And I have been blocked, and those people have unblocked me since then. I have been blocked and they have since joined me, or they have unblocked me and are still watching. So after those 8 no's, would you quit if you knew 2 of them would end up doing this with you? Or would you keep asking would you turn over every stone, open every oyster, just like Lacey said? Crack open those oysters, you guys. Those are the hard conversations that's going to get you to the next level. And I promise you, it is so worth it. The only thing different than the other diamonds that have made it to the top of this company is they have bloodier knees, because they have hit their knees more often of doing the nose, praying every prayer, doing the work. That's the only difference between you and your actual next goal. 100%. So, what's stopping you? Is it you? Or if it's not you, then everything else is everything is doable. Everything is. And we can give you every little task. And you guys, I promise you, stop overthinking it. Send the stinking message. Pray over your team. Pray over your people. Pray for every day. Dear Lord, please show me the people that want this, that are struggling in silence, so that I know who to reach out to next. And it may not be now, and it may look ugly and messy, and my guts may get all in a wrench. But you know what? It's going to be so worth it when I change, when we as a team, as we as Plexus are able to change someone else's life and be able to give them that option that they never thought was possible. Amen. I'll bring my net and catch all the oysters. Yes, we're bringing nets. We're widening the nets this month. Widening. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.